Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
This is TWiT Live special number 337, recorded Sunday, February 24th, 2019. HoloLens 2. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our studios. Early morning for us here. It's almost 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Mary Jo Foley joins us from New York, of All About Microsoft fame and Windows Weekly fame. Hi, Mary Jo.
Hi, Leo.
And we're going to be going to Barcelona, where it is about, what, 6 in the evening?
Yep, 6 in the evening.
6 in the evening. And Mobile World Congress, Microsoft it's a keynote. They're going to announce something. They'll announce a new HoloLens. Paul Thurrott is there, is also from Windows Weekly. You stayed at home.
I did.
Easier to do this from home, I think.
It is. You know, I love Barcelona, but I'm like, oh, am I going to go all the way over there for a 1-hour press conference on Sunday?
No. Well, there's other stuff there. In fact, we've seen now, besides the Galaxy Fold, which you saw on Wednesday, Huawei now has a folding phone for almost $3,000. Let's show the Microsoft theater, because it looks like, and we want to look for Paul Thurrott. He'll be in the front row, right, Mary Jo?
He's in the front. I just saw a picture of him. He's right in the front with a short haircut.
Oh, Paul's
probably
a little jamon drunk right now from a little too much jamon iberico. I would be, certainly. The ham in Barcelona is amazing. All the food is. Does Microsoft usually attend Mobile World Congress?
You know what? They sometimes attend, but they don't usually do a press conference or an announcement there. It's been a long time since they have. So this is unusual.
Yeah. And why do we think it's the next generation of HoloLens? We haven't seen an update to HoloLens in how many years?
Oh, man. Well, the first time Paul and I ever saw HoloLens was 2015 when we saw it under NDA. And then it began shipping in 2016. So we haven't seen an update since 2016.
So that's that's Apple time frame. That's 3 years. It's a long time to go. They skipped the second generation, apparently. They had one, but they decided not to release it.
Yeah, the word was they were waiting to have a bigger bang before they announced a new one. So they said, you know what, let's just skip that one. Even though we think they're going to call this one HoloLens 2. It's really 3.
Paul has already published pictures from the walking cat. He is, of course, a famous Windows leaker. Of this. These seem credible to you? I think they obviously
do.
It's clearly a Microsoft product.
Yeah.
Here it is in surgery. It looks like kind of what a number of other augmented reality headsets look like, with kind of sunglasses, but then above the sunglasses it's a massive thing with a forehead suction cup, and we can't. Oh, here we go. Satya Nadella taking the stage. Let's go to Barcelona.
Hello and welcome to our event today, and a big thank you to everyone who is here, as well as everyone joining online. It's fantastic to be back at MWC. It's really an awe-inspiring time to be in this industry and witness the rapid transformation that's taking place. Today we have a couple of very exciting announcements. And I was reflecting, it was just 4 years ago that we introduced HoloLens, ushering in a new era of mixed reality, seamlessly bridging the physical and the digital worlds. One of my favorite lines from our announcement that we used to describe the possibilities was, when you change the way you see the world, you change the world you see. And it's incredible to see how people have applied those advances to do just that. Transforming how medical students learn, preserving ancient historical landmarks and cultures, and providing that heads-up, hands-free assistance to first-line workers everywhere. This new medium is just the beginning of experiencing what's possible. When you connect the digital world with the physical world to transform how we work, learn, and play. Today, this is more pronounced than ever. Computing is embedded in our world, in every place and in everything. Mark Weiser captured it best when he wrote, some 3 decades ago, the most profound technologies are those that disappear. They weave themselves into the fabric of everyday life until they're indistinguishable
Weiser was the
from
chief
it.
scientist at Xerox PARC.
That's the world today. Computing is becoming part of every aspect of our work and our daily life. There's computing in every place, in our homes, in our offices, factories, stadiums. There's computing in every industry, oil and gas, retail, agriculture, financial services. And there's computing in everything, from connected cars to connected refrigerators, smart surgical tools, and even smart coffee machines. This era of the intelligent cloud and intelligent edge is upon us. It's being driven by 3 massive, monumental shifts.
I'm not doing the
First
drinking game.
is that computing
That's
is
a
no
relief.
longer confined to a device or even a single data center. Instead, it's ubiquitous fabric. It's distributed from the cloud to the edge, closer to where data is generated, and with the ability to adapt to the wide range of inputs, whether it's touch, speech, vision, or gestures. The second is AI. We've seen tremendous progress in the recent years, achieving human parity in object recognition, speech recognition, machine reading and comprehension, translation. These are not just breakthroughs that are theoretical. Instead, AI is being infused into every experience, mediating our interactions and distilling the knowledge from everything around us. And the third shift is about putting people at the center.
Schwartz's Dave Gershcon
instead of the
says
device.
it's clear how much Satya loves his lists.
Applications and experiences specifically for given devices.
You can see the bullet
But
points.
interaction model going forward is with computers and computing all around us. It's no longer about being device first. It's about putting the human first, and it includes all the devices in their lives. Together, these advances are shaping that next phase of innovation, enabling experiences that previously would have been unimaginable and technological breakthroughs that have been impossible. That's the world in front of us. This opportunity is what grounds us in our mission to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more.
That's an updated mission statement.
These
Used to
aren't
be,
just
Yeah, you threw an
words
extra
for us.
word in there.
it used to be
Our mission
Windows in
determines
every
what
pod
we
or something
build
like that.
and how we build it.
A PC in
And it
every
defines
garage. And
how we
can't
view the
remember
role of technology in our
personally.
society and in our world. It starts with thinking about how we can help every person, every company, and even every country. How can they prosper in this new era? Our success lies in the success of our partners and customers and our ecosystem. This requires that we collectively move from being just passive consumers of technology to active producers of technology. We create technology so our customers can build their own technology, and this is imperative that's becoming even more important. Today, every company is a tech company, and every organization will need to build its own digital capability to compete, to grow, and to prosper. The next big tech breakthrough, the next advancement that will transform our lives will come not just from another technology company, but from a retailer or a healthcare provider or an auto manufacturer. For organizations, that means we must be their trusted partner, empowering them to build their own digital capability. Not to be dependent on Microsoft, but to become independent with Microsoft.
So that's really an encapsulation
the defining
of the new
technologies
Microsoft.
of our times, whether it's AI, cloud, mixed reality, cannot
side by
be
side
the province
and
of
equal. Oh, and the stream,
Customers are partners
stream
now.
has died. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not to be dependent on Microsoft, but to be independent with Microsoft is it's a subtle shift,
Chelsea
but
Potts,
that's clearly a shift.
a mother of 2 young children who was proud to land a job at a factory in rural Chillicothe, Ohio, outfitting the interiors of truck cabs. It was her dream job. It pays well, requires high skill. But picking up these skills required in a job can be stressful, especially learning that intricate sequence of tasks when you're just getting started. But what if she had a tool that empowered her on the job, that seamlessly guided her through each step so that she could be confident that from day one, eliminating any learning curve? That's what we're building technology for.
So that's clearly a HoloLens plug.
Superpowers.
Totally is. First line
enable
worker,
more people
HoloLens.
to thrive and fully participate in our economies.
How do you know how to do your
And
job
to
before
move
you've
us
done the
from
job?
an economy based
You watch it on
on just
HoloLens as
consumption
you're doing it.
to an economy based on creation. At the same time, I'm clear-eyed about the unintended consequences of these
Now,
advances.
this is an interesting slide.
That's why we're committed to earning
Privacy,
our customers' trust
cybersecurity,
and instilling
responsible.
trust in technology across everything that we do.
Paul's been
That's
saying
why
for a
we
long time,
believe privacy is a
Microsoft needs to
fundamental
double down on
human
privacy,
right.
as Apple has.
That's why we prioritize cybersecurity, not just for the largest of companies,
responsible AI. I missed the
but
AI
for
part.
small businesses and consumers who are often the most vulnerable to cyber attacks. And that's why we build AI responsibly, taking a principled approach and asking the difficult questions, like not what computers can do, but what computers should do. Our collective opportunity has never been greater. Imagine a future where every construction worker can visualize what their project will look like in 2 days or even in 2 weeks, predicting what will happen with astonishing accuracy. They can understand the state of the construction site, no matter how complex.
I wonder if they'll
they're
address the
behind, to be able to ask why, what's the
plus
problem, and
petition
adjust and get
from
back on
Microsoft
track.
staff asking
In healthcare,
Nadella to
More
end
than
their
$1
$500
million hospital
Army
patients
contract to license
fall each
HoloLens
year just in the
for
United States.
combat and training. Yeah, they
11,000
probably
of
won't.
them,
will they?
unfortunately,
Yeah.
are fatal falls.
It's a big contract.
But
though.
imagine a future
It is. They want
where
it.
the precursors to a fall are being understood, and a nurse receives an alert before the patient falls. The nurse reaches out to the patient, potentially saving a life. And imagine a future where students in a classroom see historical objects in intricate detail as their teacher describes them. They can walk around the artifacts, resize them, move them, creating their own learning museums and bringing the past back to life. But we don't have to just imagine it. This future is here. Applying technology to empower every individual and every organization so any hospital, any small business, any startup with a world-changing vision and a passion and ingenuity to see it through can have meaningful impact. So they can bend the cost curve of healthcare, expand access to education, and create new jobs. That's what we're going to show you today.
So Nadella is
Let me
doing what
welcome
he
Julia onto the
does so
stage
well,
to start us off. Thank you all
which
very
is
much.
kind of pitch the vision thing at a very high level. Sometimes you've been criticized for that.
Satya painted a picture of
This is
the possibilities
the head of marketing for
born
Azure.
of the intelligent cloud and intelligent edge experiences.
Julia White.
Let's now turn to some of the ways that these new experiences are developing. Now, over the past few years, you've likely heard a great deal about Microsoft's global intelligent cloud capabilities, including Azure, Office 365, and Dynamics 365. Well, today I want to focus a bit more deeply on the intelligent edge side of this story.
I imagine the journalists there to look at HoloLens are less interested.
The first is that there's a massive
which is
number
essentially
of
a
these
marketing
edge
pitch at
devices
this
becoming
point. This is not new products.
devices. And therefore,
It's also
able to
her
work
setting
in
the stage
concert
for,
with the
you're going to
cloud.
hear about Azure
Now,
and
to
you're
put
going to hear
this in
about
perspective,
Dynamics.
20 billion connected
this will be
devices
an
is
Azure
3
announcement as
times
well.
the number of cell
I think
phones
so.
in the world today. Now, the next key aspect of the edge is the sheer diversity. The variety of edge devices is vast, and it includes a massive set of participants. And this is why we have taken an ecosystem-first approach. We have worked with over 10,000 IoT partners to create solutions that span their IoT devices and Azure cloud services. And last April, we announced our $5 billion investment in IoT through 2022 toward enabling the development and customer adoption of these IoT solutions.
Microsoft has a pretty good IoT pitch,
So
right?
that begs the question.
They do.
What is Microsoft's
We had a lot of Azure
role in this
IoT
edge
services.
ecosystem?
Right.
It's
Plus
already
security.
vast. So
Right.
it only makes sense for us to create a new device.
What they're not
when we have
trying to
unique
do is what
capabilities
Apple
or
and
technology
Google are trying to
help
do, and
move the
Amazon too,
industry
which is create a
forward.
hub.
Now, a great example of this is Azure Sphere,
This is
which is
that
our highly secure
partnering with you
microcontroller or MCU
as an equal,
that
as an
runs in edge
independent
devices.
equal partner.
As we watched consumer and home devices increasingly
might be a
become
good pitch.
connected,
They don't necessarily have to own it.
kitchen appliances, baby monitors, we also
They just
saw the
provide the
growing
services
security
that
threat.
empower it.
These consumer device manufacturers aren't usually cybersecurity experts. And after a few major industry-wide security breaches, we knew we needed to do something to help the industry and to help ensure
So she's
all of
talking
our
about
safety.
this thing called Azure
We worked
Sphere,
across
which is the
Microsoft to do this.
Microsoft
We
Linux
took our
product
years
on
of
Wow.
the
silicone-level
microcontroller.
security know-how from the Xbox
But this is a
console
security
team
platform for IoT
and years
manufacturers,
of working on the
right?
Windows
It is.
operating system level security and apply that to a Linux kernel to run on a tiny MCU. And then we added Azure security management capabilities to provide the world's most secure MCU, able to run across a broad set of edge devices. Now, companies like Starbucks are able to use Azure Sphere to securely connect
Of
their
course,
coffee
Google and
machines
Apple both have
across their
similar
global
products,
locations.
secure hardware.
This enables Starbucks to
platforms
ensure their coffee
for
machines
developers.
are always running properly,
But they want to
maintained
own the
correctly,
hub, and
energy
that may be a,
efficient,
a big
and always
distinction.
able to serve their customers that perfect cup of coffee. Now, another aspect of the intelligent cloud and the intelligent edge solutions is the ability to bring together the digital and the physical world.
Are they going to rename that
And this is
intelligent
because
credge?
those edge devices sit within
Okay,
the
that's a
physical world
little
while
inside
being
baseball. I
enlightened
shouldn't.
by the cloud. This means that a camera running at a construction site doesn't just record video, but it actually understands the environment, the people, the things. And it's with this understanding that it unlocks new solutions that
This
can
is where
improve
she's gonna bring up
safety
the,
on the
new
job
Albertsons
site
deal,
or
I
enable
imagine.
greater efficiency in the building process. And as we've developed these powerful cloud services like Azure Digital Twins and Azure AI, we discovered that the industry actually lacked an edge device capable of unlocking this potential. And as we did with Azure Sphere, we looked across the company. And we quickly realized that once again, we had very unique capabilities to help our customers realize this potential. It was nearly a decade ago that we released Microsoft Kinect with a depth sensor that allowed computers to better understand the real world.
You
And
knew
while it
about
started
this,
in
didn't you?
gaming, Microsoft Connect was used in
Project
solutions
Connect,
spanning
they announced it
education,
build last year,
healthcare,
and
science.
the camera that's in that thing is what's in the
Revolutionary
HoloLens.
Technology could play an important
interesting.
role in bringing together the
They
digital
acquired that
and the
Israeli
physical
agents.
world
No,
understanding.
they did not. Apple acquired
Today,
the Israeli
I'm
developers
incredibly
of this,
proud
but-
to announce
Ah,
Microsoft
some
Azure
hardware.
Kinect, a new intelligent edge device that enables developers to create a wide range of AI-powered experiences. The Azure Kinect is a small, versatile device built for developers and works with a range of compute types. We brought together our best-in-class depth sensor that is one of the most advanced pieces of technology we have ever shipped. And then we combined it with a high-def camera and a spatial microphone array. Designed and built by our Microsoft Devices team, Azure Kinect is an intelligent edge device that doesn't just see and hear, it understands.
Is this a
the
surprise,
people,
Mary Jo?
the environment, the objects, the actions. And
So
the
this
level
is
of
an
accuracy
onboard
you can achieve
computer.
is
It's got
unprecedented.
sensors, it's got microphones,
Kinect
and it's got
can be
the
used individually or
HoloLens
works together
camera,
to
and they're
provide a
selling it to
panoramic
developers and saying, go
understanding of the
build stuff with
environment.
this thing in it.
And the depth sensor has options of either a wide or a narrow view to perfectly tune.
So it's not an
each
end user
use case.
product. It's a
And paired with
developer.
Azure, it creates
Developer kit.
opportunities for intelligent cloud, intelligent edge solutions we haven't seen before.
And Whacking Cat is publishing a
But through
picture
our
of
early
it.
adopter program, we've
He's a little
seen
late on
ways
this
that
one.
Azure
That
Kinect
guy.
help across industries. Take data mesh. They're a fast company, top 50 innovative company in China that creates solutions for auto manufacturing. And a key challenge in manufacturing
There's the new
is
HoloLens,
ensuring
yes,
that
or
the
is that
many
the old one?
frontline factory workers have the guidance to install the right
She was
part in
definitely
the right
wearing
way.
HoloLens.
Now, each car has thousands of parts, and many look very similar, so it's a difficult challenge.
That's the old one.
Well,
isn't it?
Data Mesh has begun testing Azure Kinect to create a solution that compares the digital car design model to the physical parts on the factory floor. This helps ensure that the factory workers are using the right part in the right way, ultimately helping improve automotive safety and reliability. And then there's Eva Retail, a pioneer in retail store technology. And they're working on a solution with Azure Kinect and combined with Azure AI, enabling high accuracy solutions for both self-checkout and grab and go shopping.
That's
And then
a
in
direct
healthcare,
competitor to
We're
Amazon,
working with
right? For grab and
Accuvera,
go.
the only company with an AI computer vision-based patient fall prevention system. And they're working with partners like Cleveland Clinic. As Satya spoke earlier about those fatal patient falls in hospitals, it's in fact Accuvera that is building this solution with Azure Kinect to proactively alert nurses to a likely patient fall so
I
the
have a
nurse has the
friend
ability
who,
to reach that patient before the fall occurs.
He was a little woozy
We're
from
very
his
excited to be working with
colonoscopy,
Accuvera
got
to
up,
get those
fell, and he's in a
fatal
wheelchair
patient
now
falls
for life.
from 11,000 each
So
year
that is a
down
very
to 0.
serious issue.
Speaking on behalf of the Azure team and the Microsoft Devices team, I'm incredibly proud to bring this
$400.
technology to
That's
market.
is that a good price?
Azure Kinect
I think it
costs
is.
$399.
I guess it
and
is.
Developers can pre-order it today.
Pre-orders
Now,
today.
Let me
$400.
introduce my dear friend, my partner in crime, and some might even call him a magician, Alex Kipman.
This is
The
the
mad
inventor,
scientist.
the inventor of Kinect and HoloLens, right?
Great.
Alex Kipman. Oh, yeah, he looks like a mad scientist.
It all began with a simple question. How can technology adapt to people
He's wearing a Doctor
instead
Who
of
jacket.
people adapting to technology? Now, this simple question has fueled our work since 2008. Kinect was the beginning of the answer and the first intelligent device to enter our homes. Kinect recognized us, understood what we were saying, and it understood
The fastest
what we
selling
were doing.
consumer device in history, and it was a flop.
2010, Kinect transformed the way we play by turning voice and movement into magic. And the experience
I thought
of being
it was
able
a
to
great
just
product,
reach out
but
into space and
I don't
play
know. Consumers didn't.
made us
It had some
realize
limitations.
just how confining living life through flat, three-dimensional screens really is. It drove us to find a way to bring the digital experience into our physical world. It drove us to create Microsoft HoloLens, the first holographic computer. In 2016, HoloLens started the mixed reality revolution by bringing intelligence to the edge of computing. And over the last 3 years, individual developers, large enterprises, and brand new startups have been dreaming up beautiful things, helpful things, inspired things. These mixed reality experiences have been used by hundreds of thousands of people.
There's, of course,
changing the way we
HoloLens
work,
in
communicate,
the
learn and
ISS,
play.
International Space Station.
Which leads us to today, the next chapter in our journey. Say hello to HoloLens 2.
And you were right, Mary Jo. This is exactly what the announcement is. That camera is basically the camera system in the old HoloLens, right?
It's a new camera.
Okay.
An updated camera.
Maybe it's this. Maybe it's this camera.
It is. It's the one in Azure Kinect.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is a repositioning for me of HoloLens. As a consumer technology reporter, I always focus on the games and the fun things you can do with it. But they're seeing it really as an intelligent edge device, which is a kind of a recontextualization. That,
they're admitting it's an enterprise device first and foremost.
But not merely enterprise. It's really about the camera. It's about intelligence, and I think AI combined with this becomes a very interesting thing. It's not an amusement product.
No, there's an AI coprocessor in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They're showing motorcycle mechanics, doctors doing surgery, visualizing a heart in a patient before they actually perform the surgery. A theatrical designer seeing what her set will look like before she actually places it in the theater. So these are really interesting applications of this. When they launched HoloLens, they showed Minecraft. They showed monsters coming through the wall. I don't think we're going to see that this time.
Every step of this journey, I'm extremely proud to introduce to all of you HoloLens 2. With HoloLens 2, we once again set the high watermark for mixed reality.
So the leaked images were exactly
on
right.
The edge of computing. To our customers, partners, and fans, thank you. From Germany to China, from Japan to the United States, and everywhere across the globe. We have been listening to your feedback, and you have been asking us.
This is the lesson Google learned with Google Glass, too, that the industrial applications are
you
where
have been asking us for more immersion so that you can see more of the holographic landscape. Second, you have been asking us for more comfort so that you can stay immersed for longer periods of time. Third, you have been asking for industry-leading value right out of the box so that you can start instantly with mixed reality solutions designed for the modern workplace. So let's start today by talking about immersion. The most important aspect of immersion is defined by how much holographic detail your eye can perceive for each degree of sight. 47 pixels per degree of sight is an important number to remember. Now, this is important because this is what allows us to read 8-point font on a holographic website. This is what allows us to have precise interactions with holograms, and ultimately, this is what allows us to create and be immersed in mixed reality. HoloLens 1 is the only headset in the industry capable of displaying 47 pixels per degree of sight. And today, I'm incredibly proud to announce that with HoloLens 2, we more than doubled our field of view while maintaining 47 pixels per degree of sight on HoloLens.
So that was one question, is how big the field of view will be? Twice as big.
To put it in perspective,
that's good. I hope it's vertical.
Highlight the
yeah, it's kind of a mail slot right now. It's wide enough. It's just not tall enough.
From a 720p television to a 2K television for each of your eyes. Now, no such technology exists in the world. So in the same way we had to invent time-of-flight sensors for Kinect, waveguides for HoloLens, and a holographic processing unit for AI inferencing on the edge, with HoloLens 2, we invented an industry-defining MEMS display. Now, these are the smallest and most power-efficient 2K displays in existence. Now, they allow us to dramatically grow immersion while shrinking the size of the displays. But immersion is about more than just the holograms we place in the world. Immersion is also about how you interact with them. HoloLens 2 adapts to you. It adapts to your hands and goes beyond the gesture.
Qualcomm has done MEMS displays. In fact, Apple is building a big MEMS display plant.
Letting you experience what it feels like for the first time.
Articulated hand gesture. That's great, because you don't have to do that weird click thing anymore. Now you can touch the hologram.
It's much more natural.
Way more natural.
Where you are looking. Enabling us to do things like understanding your intent and adapting the holograms in real time to your eyes. Then using the same cameras, we've enabled Windows Hello, iris-based biometric authentication. The most secure and reliable enterprise-grade solution.
That's good.
So to complement immersion, let's talk about comfort. We optimized HoloLens 2 for long wear and comfort. Keeping with Microsoft's tradition of inclusive design, we 3D scans the heads of thousands of people across a wide range of ages, genders, and ethnicities. And we then use this data to create a device that once again sets the highest bar for both ergonomics as well as comfort. HoloLens 2 has a universal fit system that works on the broadest and most diverse range of people.
We call it the forehead suction cup.
Or not. Putting it on should be as simple as putting on your favorite hat.
This is good, because have you ever put the first one on? You have to turn
a lot of adjustments.
Entirely out of carbon
fiber.
There is
looks like a screw on the back.
Making it light and durable in a device that is ready for the modern workplace.
But it does look much more comfortable.
We also fundamentally change how that weight is
wearing it right now, we should point out.
Making you feel as if the device is floating on
He's
your
probably
head.
more comfortable with it on anyway.
Now, as a result of these and hundreds of other changes, I'm incredibly proud that with HoloLens 2, we more than tripled the comfort of the device. HoloLens 2
I don't know
sets
how
a
you
new
measure
standard
that, but
for
Yeah, me
comfort
neither.
in mixed reality headsets.
wow, this is 3 times more
Now, the list
comfortable.
of innovations in HoloLens 2 goes on and on. But instead of telling you about it, why don't we show you? Please help me welcome on stage
Do you think people
a
get
great
used to
researcher
that
and
look?
engineer from our HoloLens team, Julia Schwartz.
It'll just become
So-
commonplace.
Maybe, because if you only wear it inside of a
you,
factory or
Alex.
something, who
Right.
cares, right?
Right.
Hello, Barcelona. Hello, world. I am incredibly excited to be here.
I
Today,
believe the
I get to share
millennial
something very special.
representation
something we've
is
been looking
now
forward
on
to for
stage.
many years.
Yes.
When we set out to build HoloLens 2, we wanted to create something that you didn't need to learn how to use. You should just know it. And we call this instinctual
Nina
interaction.
Fried is saying, but
Let me
does it
show you.
fold?
Now, as Alex mentioned, HoloLens 2 is very comfortable. It fits just like a hat. And the only thing that's
I
even
think
more
that's their
effortless is how it
tagline. It
automatically
fits
signed
just
in.
like a hat.
With Windows Hello and RS authentication,
But that would be a big deal,
HoloLens
right?
2 is actually signing
It would
me
be
in
huge. If it's
as I
more
put on my device.
evenly weighted and it doesn't
Now,
rest so heavily
not
on the
only does
bridge of your
HoloLens 2
nose.
recognize
It looks
me,
like that's the
it
case,
also
right?
recognizes
Yeah.
my hands.
And this is the gesture.
this.
Oh, look at that.
Fully
So
There we go.
this is something
hand
Microsoft
tracking.
did so well in the
And as I
in the
move my hands
launch
around, the HoloLens 2 is
was
actually
demonstrate
calibrated
it
to my
so that the
unique
audience
hand
could see
size.
it.
Right.
And of
And
course,
they're doing the same
not only
thing.
does the HoloLens 2 recognize me and my hands, it also recognizes the world.
She just tapped.
Welcome to my mixed reality home.
Looks like that tap gesture is
This
still
is the
there.
place where I have all the apps
Too
and
bad.
content that I use every day. Let's check some of them out.
I hate
Well,
that.
it's like clicking a mouse, I
I've
guess. I
seen
mean,
many people put on
It's
HoloLens
hard.
for the first time, and the first thing people do when they put on the device is they reach out their hands and try and touch the holograms.
oh, interesting. That's
and
new,
now
isn't it?
you can.
Yep.
Look at the way that the holograms are responding to my hand, almost inviting me to touch it.
So it gives you the
And in
shape
fact,
of the
I
object
can
you're
just grab
looking
this
at.
corner to resize it,
It does.
or I can rotate it.
In a way, that's better
move it.
than guessing
That's right.
where it ends.
We
It
You're
totally
still-
is.
you're
It's
still
hard to do
looking
that.
holograms.
Yeah, you're still looking through a slot, but
This
at
is an
least
app
you
I've
get a
got called
sense of where that
Spatial.
thing
Let me
is.
just put it right there.
Yep. And look
I've
what
got
else
another
she's
app
doing.
here
She's
called
using her
Euphoria
eyes
View.
to
Now,
like
it's a little
pick out
big, so let me just
objects.
use two hands here to
That's
make it
different
smaller,
too. The eye
and then rotate
tracking
it so you
part.
can see.
Interesting.
Before
let me put
it would
it
just
down
be
here
like
next
you're
to
looking
me,
at a
so
big scene, but now she's looking at a specific thing and then it's lighting up.
Wow.
All right, now let's switch gears and talk about a different kind of application.
And she's,
I've got a
by the
browser
way,
over there, but
very
it's kind of far
easily
away, and I don't really
manipulating
want to
it.
walk over there. So let me just call it over with my voice. Follow me.
Oh, wow.
This is a browser that's
boy.
running Microsoft Teams, which is a tool that we use back home to collaborate. Let me see what the team's been working on. Okay.
Do you think
I don't
this
know
is...
about
Looks like
this.
they've got a surprise for me in the
previous
background. I
version-
just have to say
apps
the
in
word
3D.
show surprise.
Yeah.
All right. So let me
But on
just
the other
have
hand,
that start
I think they're
menu
trying
here,
to pitch this as something you just
and
leave
then
on
place
all
the app,
day.
and then launch it.
Yeah, that would be a lot.
So now we're actually exiting my mixed reality home and going into an immersive experience. But notice that that browser that I had actually
First was a
followed me in.
developer kit. Is this
Now,
going to
this
be
can
an
actually
end
be really useful
user
when you have
product?
things like emails or PDFs
gonna be for
that you need to
businesses.
reference while you're doing your work.
Purchasable by developers and business customers, like for their first-line workers.
Right.
And then we'll get back to it later.
So you'll start seeing people wearing
Welcome
these in
to
some
the playground.
environments.
We spent years exploring and refining interactions for HoloLens 2. And the playground is just a tiny sampling of the many prototypes that we built, tested, and learned from. Our approach is basically to try out as many things as we could and look for the things that stood out. So, for example, here I've got 3 sliders. Each of them is controlling this wind farm
So inevitably, they're
simulation,
going to be
but
compared
each in a
to
different way, using a
Magically.
different interaction technique.
Magically has focused more
One
on
of
the
the things we
consumer
tried is this touch
experience.
slider here. So here I can just stick my finger
And
in
I
the
have to say
slider
their
and have it
technology
go to a
does not
particular
seem as
value to
advanced
control
as
that wind
this.
speed there.
Look at that. With her finger, she's moving the
It
slider.
felt okay. We also tried this push slider. So this guy can kind of nudge from side to side, kind of like an abacus, which was interesting.
These are, I presume,
Now,
rejected
the interaction that
UIs.
really took home the cake, though, was this pinch slider. The way that works is you just pinch it and move it wherever you want.
Wow.
And
It's
what
pretty
we found was
responsive.
that people really like that tactile sensation of their fingers touching as they grabbed and then released. And across the board, for all interactions, the audio and visual feedback as you grab, move, and then release were all really critical
Of
for
course,
making
there's
this
no
experience
haptic
feel
feedback,
connected.
but the audio
Oh,
might
this
do
is just
the
so
job.
satisfying. I can't wait for you all to try this out. All right.
She's really
Now let's
enjoying
move
it.
on to a different kind of control. Buttons. How do you press buttons on HoloLens 2? Well, you just reach out and press them.
I like the sound.
Now, one interesting thing
Yeah.
that we found about buttons was that the size of the buttons actually impacted the way that people interacted with them.
So for example, for the smaller one, most people would use 1 or maybe 2 fingers, but for the larger one, pretty much everyone used their entire hand. And this is kind of interesting when you think about it, because these objects don't really weigh anything. They're just digital things. But despite that, people would treat them like real things.
She really cares a lot about this.
I just love the way these move.
She likes it. Yep.
When I press them. It's great.
Good presenter.
Yes.
All right. How about something that uses all 10 fingers? Well, to test that out, we built a piano. So here I can just play a chord, or I can play the keys one at a time.
The difficult thing with this is that your finger is going through space. It isn't actually touching anything.
Right.
That's why that pinch thing works, because at least
the team had for me.
Your fingers are touching your other finger.
Show surprise. Ooh, look at that hummingbird over there. It's gorgeous. I wonder if it will fly to my hand. Yeah.
It is Tinkerbell.
Oh, wow. This is beautiful.
There's a little lag.
I just love the way that it's following my hand around. I've got to tell the team, they've done a great job. And in fact, I don't even need to use my hands to do this, because I can use my eyes and my voice. That's right. HoloLens 2 has eye tracking. So I can just look over this browser here and look at the bottom of the screen to scroll it.
Wow.
And then send my message.
How hard will that be to get used to?
That'll be easier than how it is now.
Okay. Which is with what, scrolling with your hand, your finger?
You're like moving your whole head usually, and this is just, you look at something and you pick it up.
So this is what we mean by instinctual interaction. By combining our hands, our eyes, and our voice.
You know, greenfield research. Nobody knows how to do this. You're reinventing the UI.
Back home in Redmond and across the world for all of their incredible work to making this dream a reality. And I'm sure that I speak on behalf of all of us when I say
Peter Bright says the
we can't
full finger
wait for
tracking will make a
world
huge difference. The lack of direct manipulation in the first gen
really can't
felt really strange.
With HoloLens
it was terrible. Yeah, I agree.
Julia, that was incredible.
Crank X Shaw is responding to Tom Warren on Twitter.
And powerful headset out
Clearly, they're watching the response, the reaction from the tech press.
Ever getting in the way. Rather than you adapting to the device, HoloLens 2 adapts to you. With HoloLens 2, we more than double the immersion.
Warren says, I think you're going to be surprised by who jumps on stage.
But as you just saw,
and Frank X Shaw said, not me.
HoloLens 2 also evolves our interaction model by significantly advancing how people engage with holograms, making the engagement more instinctual and more human.
It flips up. That's interesting.
That's good. I like that.
Comfort.
So they do want you to wear it all day.
Time to value.
Right, otherwise, you have to keep taking it off.
It can take between 3 to 6 months before mixed reality creates value for an enterprise. Now, this is because code needs to be written before you can unlock business value within an industry. With HoloLens 2, we wanted to provide organizations across multiple industries immediate time to value, shortening this process from months to just minutes. And today, I am proud to announce that with HoloLens 2, we will launch with a suite of solutions from Microsoft and a suite of solutions from our amazing industry partners. Solutions ranging from healthcare to architecture to manufacturing and many, many more. HoloLens 2 is ready to provide professionals immediate time to value. Immediate value for doctors, immediate value for architects, immediate value for mechanics. So let's start today by zooming into the set of solutions from Microsoft. Last year, we launched the first 2 mixed reality solutions for Dynamics 365, Remote Assist and Layout. And since then, first-line workers around the globe are solving problems more quickly in all of their daily operations. Remote Assist and Layout will be updated for and available on HoloLens 2. And today, we are launching a brand new Dynamics 365 solution for mixed reality, Dynamics 365 Guides. Now, Guides was designed to help fill the pending skills gap by enabling business processes to be mined and workplace wisdom to be preserved. Guides will help workers get up to speed faster on difficult tasks by placing step-by-step instructions right where the work is happening.
This is good. Training
For example,
guides
take
in
Alaska
3D.
Airlines.
Yep.
They are already exploring how guides can support new
This
airline
is one
mechanics
use case
with mixed
that
reality
everybody
training
agrees
so they can
is
come up
great.
to speed faster.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
General Dynamics, on the other hand, is evaluating guides as a way to capture the wisdom of experienced workers who have developed highly specialized procedures so they can be passed on to the next generation
That's interesting.
of workers.
It needs to be easy to make these
today,
guides.
I am happy to announce the Dynamics 365 Guides is already available for preview across all of our HoloLens 1 customers. And it will become fully available for HoloLens 2 later this year. Now, we're seeing incredible momentum with HoloLens, and I'm both honored and extremely excited to be partnering with industry pioneers. Pioneers like Philips Healthcare, Bentley System, Bosch, and many, many others, to bring the next generation mixed reality solutions to our enterprises worldwide. So let's talk about one of them. Imagine transforming any room into an infinite workplace. When you can teleport your presence anywhere and visualize and collaborate on your ideas with anyone effortlessly. You will forever transform personal computing, single person, single device, single experience, into truly collaborative computing, where devices become just lenses into our connected mixed world. And to show us true collaborative computing on HoloLens 2, please help me welcome on stage co-founder and CEO of Spatial and a very good friend, Anand.
Who is Spatial?
Hi, everybody.
Don't know. And
so
Anand
excited
apparently
to be
has
here
no
with
last
Microsoft
name.
on our shared mission to elevate human
You
collaboration.
want to say Agarwala.
Today, companies tackling the world's biggest
3D
problems are
modeling
increasingly
solutions
spread
for
across the world.
developers.
And the HoloLens lets us work together
So
as
that
if
is-
we're standing
that is
next
the-
to each other
of course,
face to face.
The big hill to
To show you how
climb, which
that
is
works,
creating
let me just
content
flip
for
into
this.
Spatial here with
Exactly.
my HoloLens 2 and materialize the room. Hi, Jenna.
Oh,
Hi,
wow,
Anand.
look at that.
Hey everyone,
Right.
it's great to be
Holoportation,
here on
guys.
stage holographically.
It's great to have you here,
It's a
Jenna.
little uncanny
Can you tell
valley.
everybody
Is-
a little bit about what you're seeing?
Is he real?
Sure. I can see your lifelike avatar, which we generate in seconds from a 2D photo, and we
Aha.
can walk around the
It is
stage
generated.
with spatial audio, and use this
So
whole
it's not
space
video,
around us
it's
to
a-
collaborate as if we're all here
it's a
together in
creepy-looking-
the same room.
Avatar
Now, to show you how
generated from a
companies are
2D
using
picture.
Spatial to transform the way they work.
We know
let's
what those
invite
look
Sven
like.
Gergitz,
Yeah.
CTO of the iconic toy brand Mattel, onto the stage.
Hey guys, how awesome is this? So at Mattel, we're undergoing a massive digital transformation. It's touching all aspects of our business. This includes the way that we're using technology to design and to develop our products. Our classic brands
So
like Barbie,
there in a
and
nutshell
Hot
is the
Wheels, and
difference.
Fisher-Price,
Instead of
they have
Mattel
diverse
developing
teams of designers,
toys
engineers,
people can use with
marketers,
HoloLens, they're using
manufacturers
HoloLens to
that are
develop
spread
toys.
all over the world. They can now
That
come
really makes
together
much
in a
more
spatial
sense.
project room,
does.
reducing the need to travel as much to get everybody on the same page.
Now, creepy
When we're
avatar is
developing
pretending to look at
toys
these.
Like
I don't.
this Rescue Hero Fire truck here. We're able to pin up
They showed
dynamic
this
content on
holoportation
virtual
thing with
walls,
HoloLens
like
1,
this
but it never really
PowerPoint, for
worked
instance,
that well.
Yeah.
or videos, or even concept art.
Boy, his arms
Teams
really
can now
look weird.
rapidly exchange ideas and create a shared understanding.
And they're streaming. This is not just us. This has been happening. I see
No,
people
it's happening in the
complaining about it.
stream, yeah.
So something's
To find
going- there we
potential
go.
issues much earlier in the cycle. For instance, guys, take a look at this wheel clearance here.
Oh, yeah. I
Oh,
can
yeah.
see that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So I can pull up my Spatial phone app and write a quick note, and then just hit send. And it becomes a digital sticky note, which I can just grab
Grab. I could just.
and stick
there we
right
go.
onto the fire truck.
This is a
so that we
brave
can
demo,
have
right?
engineering revise this later.
I know, it is, yeah.
We can also use spatial much earlier in our
That's the
design
first
process
glitch
to
in the demo,
ideate and
as far
generate
as I can
inspiration.
Remember.
Okay, guys, let's come up with some ideas for a line of aquatic toys.
I guess you could get used to
How
creepy
about
avatar.
Yeah.
Sea turtles.
Oh, that's really cool. Let's try sharks.
Sharks.
That's cool. How about jellyfish?
So all we have to do is say the words, and they're instantly
Whatever
visualized
jellyfish
right
is
before our
didn't
eyes.
really.
You can
There it
click
is.
into one of these bundles, and they expand into a full-blown internet search, complete with 3D models.
So that's why they were very
images,
clearly
and web
enunciating
pages.
the
Jenna, why
search
don't we
term.
click into just the images here so we can get some good inspiration for this new aquatic line?
Sure. Every object you see in spatial is physical and tactile. So you can scroll through or pick up images you like and toss them up on the wall with
Wow,
physics.
that is wild.
And we don't have to just stick with digital content. I can actually pull up these sketches I did on my phone last night using that same spatial app. I just pull up those photos and hit send, and they're instantly transformed into this digital environment.
Nice drawings. It's so easy to fill up your room with ideas. So we built this tool to help you quickly organize
It's the
all
ultimate
these ideas.
vision board tool.
So let me select all of this. And let's make a grid. This goes to the wall.
This is good because they're really showing
Now, this entire room
how
we've created
somebody
is
who's
a
adept at
persistent
the
digital
manipulation
object that anyone can
of
access
gestures
or
can really
contribute
do stuff
at
with
any
this.
time.
You'd have to
Whether
learn
they're
it,
using
of
an
course.
AR or VR headset, or even a PC or mobile phone.
So that's right. Now we can have virtually
It seems like it
rich
works a lot better
visual
than
rooms that we
HoloLens
can
1 did.
keep up for the life of the
Although
product.
the HoloLens
That means
1
no
demos
more
were
tearing
amazing,
down
Yeah,
but
that's
it wasn't
true.
really the
Yeah.
same.
Still waiting for space spiders, though.
Yep.
So Spatial and HoloLens are helping us drive improvements in our digital design and development process, changing the way we create new toys. By bringing people together from all over the world to collaborate in the same virtual room, we're overcoming a natural barrier to our collective success. That's people's desire for direct face-to-face interaction when building commitment and trust.
Yeah.
We're so excited
really
to
work
see
together in
faster
virtual
time to
space.
market and reduced need to travel, as well as the many other benefits that we're going to unleash at Mattel as we collaborate in
This is
mixed
the
reality.
next generation of conferencing.
Thank you. Thanks, Alex.
Thanks so much, Ben.
Thank you, Alex.
And there's that special
Now,
camera
keeping with
rig
the
they're using to
theme of time to
make that
value,
work. It's
We have seen
non-trivial,
HoloLens
obviously.
get used in a variety of different environments. Environments ranging from construction sites to operating rooms to even the International Space Station. Now, in many of these environments, HoloLens has been modified by our customers to fit their specific needs. But these take significant time, and the results aren't always as comfortable or as immersive as
So
we'd
that's
like.
a HoloLens built into
So with
a hard
HoloLens
hat.
2, we wanted to change that. We
Right.
wanted our
They have that
partners to
already
be able
with
to
HoloLens
customize
1 with a
HoloLens
company called
so that
Trimble.
their customers could get the best and most comfortable experience immediately. And today, I am proud to announce the HoloLens Customization Program, a program that will allow our partners to customize HoloLens 2 to meet all of their specific needs. And the first partner to take advantage of our customization program is Trimble, a global leader leveraging cutting-edge technology to transform the construction industry. And to tell us more about it, please help me welcome on stage Vice President of Trimble Buildings and an incredible partner, Roz Buick. Hi, Roz.
Thanks, Alex. Hi, everyone. Trimble is a market leader in innovative digital technologies that transform the way the world works. In industries such as agriculture, transportation, surveying, and construction, we empower the workforce, all the way from boots on the ground, field crews, to office employees and professionals, by deeply understanding and optimizing the operational and business workflows. And over the last 4 years, we've partnered with Microsoft to focus on mixed reality, innovating around software that brings actionable insights to the field and job site. In construction, those solutions are used for workflows like quality assurance, training, visualization of 3D constructible BIM models, off-site manufacturing, and prefabrication and
I'm very
fabrication.
impressed. Both you and Paul have
And for
already
many of our
filed stories
customers, mixed reality
while you're
is no
doing
longer
this.
futuristic technology.
I was
nor a
set. I
gimmick
was
to get
ready.
You're ready to
clients.
push the button.
It's real working technology that's adding value in the field every day. So let me tell you about one client example. A few months ago, a construction team working on a building project in Colorado were walking the site to validate the HVAC heating and cooling system to be installed the following week. They used the HoloLens technology to view the 3D models against the already built physical structure, and when they suddenly discovered a clash or collision between the mechanical and plumbing systems. Fortunately, the HoloLens solution let them visualize that issue in context early so they could fix it before the installation team came on site. And that was in spite of months of coordinating the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing models on a computer screen in the office. The issue was only discoverable by viewing the systems via HoloLens in a real-world context on a one-to-one basis. And solving that problem before any physical construction had started meant they averted a delay of more than a week. So we're super proud to partner with Microsoft to transform to a new era in construction. Using Microsoft's latest technology with Trimble's unique, constructible, and connected workflows, we're actually enabling intuitive 3D for everyone on a project. So we're excited to be here today to announce the Trimble XR10 with
I just
HoloLens
posted the
2.
spec sheet to Twitter.
This is
if you
the
want to see
first
the whole spec sheet.
HoloLens 2
This is very
enabled
cool.
solution in the world
It is.
for frontline workers in environments
I might prefer
requiring
to wear
certified
this.
hard hat safety or personal protection.
The regular
I know, in a way,
HoloLens.
it's easier to wear, right?
Yeah, it's a hat.
Has all
It actually
the
is
same
a
technical
hat.
benefits
Yeah.
of HoloLens 2 that you've heard about.
And the way it would be
But
theoretically
now with
distributed
new
across your whole
construction
head.
workflow features to empower the worker in the field to do their work right first time. And using advanced Trimble software for design and construction, the XR10 lets architects, engineers, and contractors to bring the 3D constructible model detail and process all the way from office to field and on to the tool. So now you can visualize and build exactly what you want, and this helps you deliver your projects on time and in budget. The Trimble XR10 will be available for first customer shipment at the same time as Microsoft HoloLens 2.
Thank you, Roz.
Which
Now
we
as
think is by
computing
the end of the
gets
year, but they
ubiquitous,
haven't said that yet.
and AI infuses our cloud and our edges with
They
intelligence.
haven't set a price yet either. I know you
How can
know.
we build a
But
complementary
don't tell me.
edge
Okay, I won't tell you.
Surprise me.
a platform where we can run low latency AI on the edge and high precision AI in the cloud. A platform where the intelligence of the edge is self-contained and doesn't require connectivity. And the intelligence of the cloud works across different platforms, different sensor configurations, and different
So this is
form
not a
factors.
thin client. This is a very, very
Okay,
smart
I'm
client.
excited to announce that we're doing exactly that. We are enabling developers to combine the power of HoloLens with the power of Azure by introducing a suite of mixed reality services. And although these are all cross-platform, HoloLens 2 was designed from the ground up with these services in mind. The first service we are announcing is Spatial Anchors, a fully cross-platform service that supports ARKit, AR Core, and of course, HoloLens.
I wonder how the company Spatial
Simply,
feels about
this
that
will
name.
enable the birth of the Internet of Holograms, a world where holograms can be shared with others across different devices in different form
Let me
factors.
send you a
A
hologram.
world where every device becomes a lens into our connected mixed world.
That's an interesting.
The second service we're
Application.
announcing today
Doesn't
is
look
remote
that
rendering,
good. I don't know what's going on
a
there.
service that will help solve a key problem facing our community of developers. From automotive to manufacturing, from architecture to healthcare. Our customers need highly precise and detailed representations of their 3D content. This service will enable developers to use the power of Azure to directly stream high polygon content with no decimation to HoloLens, allowing HoloLens 2 to display holograms of infinite detail
This is
far
why
in
you want
excess of
very
what's
high
possible
pixel density
with
in
edge
those
compute or rendering alone.
Screens.
When we combine the power of HoloLens with the power of Azure, our partners can deliver transformative solutions. So let's take a look at one of these next-generation experiences. Created by a great partner and a global leader in industrial IoT, PTC. PTC is using HoloLens and Azure together to drive digital transformation in industrial enterprises. And to show us, please help me welcome on stage the CEO of PTC and an inspiring mixed reality leader, Jim Heppelman.
Hey,
Hi,
Alex.
Jim.
So according to
Thank
Lance
you.
Ulanoff,
Great to be here.
Spatial Anchors supports
PTC
both
is
Apple's
focused
ARKit
on
and
enabling
Google's
industrial
AR Core.
enterprises
It does.
to
So you
capture
can use
value at the
those two
convergence
services
of
they
the
just showed on
physical,
phones and the
digital, and human
HoloLens,
world.
which is cool.
Interesting.
We do this with an industrial innovation platform that includes ThingWorx for IoT and Vuforia for mixed reality. One of our customers, Howden, part of the Colfax company,
But as you point
makes
out
a
in your
line
tweet,
of aeration solutions,
that's kind of an
which are
interim
essentially
solution.
gigantic
Ultimately,
blowers
you believe
that allow
Kipman's
wastewater
seeing this
to be
as a
treated and
replacement for
cleaned
phones.
effectively.
He said that
Howden
before.
uses Vuforia and ThingWorx
Yeah.
to provide their customers with an integrated self-service solution to avoid costly and potentially dangerous downtime. To tell you more, I'd like to invite Maria Wilson, who is the global leader of Data-Driven Advantage from Howden, to join us on stage.
That's got to be some
Thank you,
card.
Jim.
Thank you, Maria.
Business
Hi,
card.
Alex.
Hi, Maria.
Howden, like so many
So
organizations
PTC is
in the world,
an industrial
is playing in
IoT
markets
company.
where
That's who's talking
downtime
now.
is increasingly unacceptable to our customers. We decided to use PTC's Vuforia Studio and a challenge to address this critical issue and to provide a really immersive mixed reality experience to our customers through the use of HoloLens. Today, we are streaming sensor data from our equipment into Azure IoT Hub directly into PTC's ThingWorx solution. And the seamless integration provides equipment operators everywhere in the world with the right information they need to keep the blower running at its best efficiency. Now, let's have a look at how easy it is to create content in Vuforia Studio. And I'll start by using Vuforia Studio drag and drop interface. This is a pretty seamless process because it allows me to import existing 3D CAD models of our equipment. Next, to include sensor data, I'll simply drag in a ThingWorx IoT gauge to the right position and bind that to the data stream from the Azure IoT Hub. The seamless integration between ThingWorx and Azure IoT allows our customers to see a real-time visualization of the Howden digital twin model overlaid on the actual blower using mixed reality. To further enhance this experience, we're also including instant access to other relevant asset documents, like drawings, maintenance history, and work instructions. Finally, with just one click, this whole experience is published to Azure and ready for the operator to view.
This published experience can now be used in two different ways. Machine, it provides seasoned operators with critical insights and instructions to keep the equipment up and running. But it can also be used in a hologram form to train new or less experienced workers before putting them into an actual operating environment. So Alex, would you mind sitting in for a new blower control room operator?
Look at that camera.
I'm excited. Let's do this.
Something.
It is.
All
That's
right.
what lets them do all the magic.
HoloLens is on. I see Vuforia View. Let's start the application.
And as some said, misrepresent a little bit the
It
field
does.
of view. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see lots of different training experiences here.
But almost all the things they're interacting with fit inside that little
Now I need to
mail
place it on
slot.
stage. Let's
Not
pick
so
center
little
stage.
anymore,
And
Hopefully
place
it's a
big-
double mail slot.
Right.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I don't know
So
if that
Alex
would.
is now viewing the experience that Maria published from Vuforia Studio,
So he's probably not
which
seeing that
includes
whole
live
thing.
IoT data
No, he's not.
streaming in
He's seeing
from an
parts of
actual
it.
blower out in the field. While this experience offers significant benefits from a time and cost of training perspective,
And that's why he rotates
thus far
his
it's
head
only
around
been
to see the
geared for
entire- see how he's
individual
moving his head around.
participation. But now, let's make it more collaborative. By leveraging the Azure Spatial Anchor service within Vuforia Studio and View, we can let
She's
Maria
got an iPad.
seamlessly join in Alex's
See,
experience.
that's really interesting. So
Maria
you don't
can
have to
simply
buy an
take out her
expensive
iPad
HoloLens.
and launch Vuforia View. Once Maria points her iPad at the same location where Alex placed the blower, she can participate in the mixed reality experience, making it far more interactive and collaborative.
That's right, Jim.
So the way that's working
that
is
Alex
in
and I
Azure,
can share the same
they're rendering
experience,
this, and then
I
they're
can
streaming
create
it down
a
to your
number of
device.
different
Got it.
Training scenarios. Alex, let's simulate a gear failure mode.
Uh-oh. I see their gear vibration went down, and I have here threshold exceeded. Please inspect. Let's go ahead and select that.
Alex, I think you might be dealing with a broken gear tooth. And you will probably have to replace the gear assembly.
All right, I'll roll up my sleeves and get some work done here. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Right, I'm going to start the disassembly instructions for the gear assembly.
This is pretty cool. I don't have any real-world experience to know whether it
There it
would
is.
be
I
useful.
see
But
it.
Me neither. Gear assembly, haven't done that.
Now that
haven't done
Alex
it.
is using HoloLens too, he has access
He's
to a wide
practicing
range
like
of
as the
hand and
surgeons
eye
were
tracking capabilities
before he does the
that are all
actual
available in Vuforia Studio.
I doubt you could
and
lift that
View.
gear with
All
one
right, let's
hand.
put it back.
I mean, unless Alex is extremely strong.
That is so awesome.
It's a smart guy,
Vuforia
but-
Studio allowed Maria and Howden
That's
create
pretty cool.
a single mixed reality experience without worrying about which platform it would be
I wonder
viewed
about
on.
authoring. That's.
So
I guess if you have the CAD
chose to drive the experience from her
files for
iPad
that
because it allowed her to
product.
present various training scenarios through a
As long as I
2D
can
touch
read
interface.
those.
While Alex chose to view the experience in a HoloLens 2 because he wanted a hands-free experience and the ability to view and interact with the CAD model. Vuforia Studio's integration with Azure Spatial Anchor Services took that one step further by allowing them to seamlessly share the same mixed reality experience.
Inspiring. Thank you so much,
Thanks so
Maria.
much, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
so much, Jim.
Thank you.
It's funny that the
inspired by the
super
idea
title.
of our
He's
ecosystem.
exciting, right?
Yeah.
It's industrial design.
Yeah. But it's. I mean, I could see I could see how that would be exciting
You saw how
for
spatial
people in that.
reimagining collaboration
Totally.
with mixed reality.
Yeah.
And we just
This
saw
is where
how
all the money is for this stuff.
augmenting
Absolutely.
every worker to be more
And
productive.
for us
with
as
mixed reality.
consumers, this is
Now, as we look to the future
how it
of computing,
begins.
we still need to
And
address
I imagine there's
one
some trickle down.
barrier with technology today.
No, I think it will trickle down.
Yeah.
The walls that make our world feel divided and make our world feel broken. As leaders in mixed reality, we want to do it differently. We want the third era of computing, the era of mixed reality, to be future forward and more culturally relevant. As members of the mixed reality
sounds like
community,
a Satya Nadella
we want the
line.
future
Mm-hmm.
to be open. Open to your creativity, open
That's
to your
definitely a
ideas,
Satya Nadella.
open to your vision.
Vision.
Now imagine what we accomplish as a mixed reality community when barriers are removed and we transition
such a different
from
Microsoft.
walled gardens into a communal garden.
Microsoft was the quintessential
Today,
walled garden.
Microsoft is making
were.
durable
And
commitments
Apple now is,
on
of
certain
course.
core principles across the openness of our mixed reality ecosystem. These principles define the rights for all our mixed reality ecosystem participants. Principle number 1, we believe in an open App Store model. Now, of course, we'll have Microsoft Store, but developers will have the freedom to create their own stores as first-class citizens in our experience. Similar to how Steam VR is a popular store for mixed reality content on Windows, we'll want any App Store provider to feel welcome within our ecosystem. Principle 2, we believe in an open web browsing model. Now, of course, we will have Microsoft Edge, but developers will have the freedom to create web browsers as first-class citizens in our experience. And today, I am proud to announce that Firefox will be joining us with a web browsing experience native on HoloLens.
That's very interesting.
Yep.
Especially in light of the fact that Edge is now
We
going to be a
believe in an
Chromium
open API surface area and
browser.
driver model. And we'll continue to
So they'll
participate
have
and
both of the
guide
major
open standards like
platforms.
OpenXR so that anyone can innovate within our headsets, from the sensors that are being used to the differentiated experiences that are being created. Now, with these principles in place, imagine the innovation and imagine the breakthroughs. I have great hopes and great dreams for what we'll accomplish together in this ecosystem. And to help us dream about this future, I am honored to invite an industry luminary to tell us about his dreams for our mixed reality ecosystem. Founder and CEO of Epic, Tim Sweeney.
Wow. Okay. So there is a
Boy.
gaming side to this. This is the creator of Fortnite.
Hi, Alex. Thank
Doesn't
you.
he hate Microsoft? This guy?
Epic Games
No,
and Microsoft
no, you're
have
thinking
been
of
close
Gabe
partners
Newell.
for more than 25 years.
Who does?
So we've really helped to shape the
hates
industry
them.
together.
Yeah, I'm
with
not sure what
DirectX
Tim's
and Unreal,
attitude. He
with
might
Xbox
not.
and Gears of War,
Clearly,
and most recently in opening up Fortnite with cross-platform play between
this guy
7
made
device
$7 billion
families.
last year.
And now we're here witnessing the birth of an entirely new generation of technology with augmented reality and HoloLens.
He's the nerd.
I believe that AR is
in the
going to
house.
be the primary platform of the future for both work and for entertainment. And you know, AR is going to play such an intimate role in our lives that we've got to establish clear ground rules respecting everyone's rights. That means open platforms, open ecosystems, and privacy protections that put the user
Actually, you're
first.
right. He's not a fan.
And that is exactly what
He said
Microsoft is
Microsoft would
launching
make
here
Steam
today.
progressively worse.
So Epic will fully
He
support
says Microsoft's
HoloLens
UWP
strategy
is
now
woefully
and for the long
inadequate.
term. So we're starting with the Unreal
On
Engine.
Twitter, he said, I don't hate
HoloLens
Microsoft.
support
I
is
hate
up and running
Microsoft's
now
petty,
and coming to all
anti-consumer,
developers in
anti-developer
May.
decisions.
Unreal enables television
he's not
and
a
film
fan.
producers,
That was a couple of years ago.
architects, and
Times
industrial
changed.
designers to bring photorealistic
He's in
final
the
pixels to HoloLens in
4
real
comma
time.
club.
And at Epic Games, we also make games. Perhaps you've heard of some of them. And though I'm not here to announce a game or a consumer AR strategy yet, I am here to tell you that in the years to come, Epic will support HoloLens in all of our endeavors. We'll support HoloLens as an open platform, and we will resist attempts to build walled gardens around our lives.
Thank you so much, Tim.
Thanks, Alex.
Really interested to pull Tim Sweeney on stage. That is unexpected. They didn't do any, in Space Invaders demos or Minecraft demos, but still, he's the developer of the hottest game in the planet
where we have the most accurate, most open, and easiest to integrate cross-platform services for mixed reality. And on HoloLens.com, you can pre-order HoloLens 2. Bundles start at just $125 per month. Or pre-order the standalone HoloLens 2 Enterprise Edition. What was $5,000 is now $3,500.
They have to say, it used to be $5,000, really. It's
yep.
$3,500.
Well, the commercial one was $5,000.
Third wave of computing. Let's keep building it together.
And you can rent it for $129 a month.
Collectively start to shape this.
Right. Per user per month, $125.
That's not
but
bad.
you have to take a 3-year contract for that, and you have to take remote assist. Dynamics 365.
Okay.
Of your dreams.
So additional products.
Now, speaking of dreams,
still,
I leave you.
Yeah, it's if you want to rent it, that's the way.
Inspiring story. By an
you'd be crazy to buy it unless you're a developer.
A partner that was transforming healthcare with HoloLens 2. Value that will empower physicians worldwide to achieve more. Thank you.
So,
in the image-guided therapy business,
is it battery-based?
One patient every
is
single
it always
second,
connected?
somewhere
They didn't really. I didn't really.
It's untethered.
With one of our
it's untethered.
Yep.
So that's 28 million
that's a big
patients
deal,
a year
right?
could be treated because of the
It
work
is,
that
and
we
it's
do
been
here.
since the
That was
beginning,
big
which is a
reason I
big
came
Oh,
to
okay.
Philips.
Okay.
Yep.
Unlike the
Image-guided
VR
therapy
experiences that are,
is modern-day surgery without
well, at
the
least in like
incision.
Vive and
We're navigating
Oculus
tiny
Rift.
instruments through the body through incisions no larger than a pencil point. We're relying solely on X-ray images.
And
or
what
medical
did they
imagery
mention battery
to guide
life?
us. So that means we are always
No,
looking at
and
a
that's
screen
interesting that
of
they
data.
did not.
With
Yeah.
HoloLens, we can
I'm
take
guessing
it to
it's
the
the
next
same
level.
as current.
We are a leader in image-guided therapy. And with Azurion, we created an industry-leading platform that customers really love. What's really cool about it is we've leveraged novel touchscreen technology to create a very powerful working spot for the physician.
So Kinect lives on in
Our
this.
ultimate
That's
goal
that's
is to
interesting.
It does.
Doctors
The Kinect camera, next generation.
The time of flight.
Time of flight
With
stuff.
HoloLens, we can create a
Battery life
completely
is
different
2 to 3
experience.
hours of active use.
Working
Well, that's
domain,
pretty
which
good,
is
right?
really tailored around
Okay,
the needs of the
yeah.
physician.
For complex procedures, physicians need to go from one screen to the other really rapidly. We can now get these screens to come in just by voice recognition, by eye tracking. This is all about efficiency. If patients are being treated and the procedure can be shortened, it's very beneficial for the patient.
At Philips, we strongly believe that technology is not the goal, technology should be the enabler. What we want is that the physician can just concentrate on the procedure and the patient, get them home faster and healthier.
I think this really places
This partnership
Microsoft
between
way ahead of
Philips
the
and
pack
Microsoft can have
in
our
terms
users
of
experience
augmented
something
reality.
completely
Nobody's
new,
got
something
anything close.
almost
Magic Leap is
mind-blowing,
not
something
close.
that they didn't think was possible.
I think
They're more
help them
real
improve
world,
care.
right?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
breakthrough.
And
That's
I think
complete
you'll see a
game
lot more units out in the real world, and that's important too because people get comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this
Yeah.
will wrap it up. Will Satya come out or? Nope, that's it.
Nope, that's it.
No goodbye, no nothing. Just
That's
thank
it.
you
Bye,
for
guys.
watching our program. Is this the place they should have done this? Mobile World Congress is really typically attended by consumer-focused
No.
reporters. This was an enterprise product for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. I think because Mobile World Congress also has a lot of IoT stuff these days that you could make a case for them doing this there.
Microsoft did talk a little bit about its IoT platform and Azure.
They did.
Azure Sphere, their secure IoT platform. But this was really all about HoloLens, the second generation of HoloLens. So you've experienced all the iterations of HoloLens. You've used it in many different venues in many different ways. What do you think, Mary Jo Foley?
So I haven't gotten to try this number 2 generation yet, but I'm really hoping they doubled the field of view vertically because that mail slot thing is very limiting. You have to really keep cranking your head and backing up. So if they fix that, that's going to go a long way to making it much better. What else am I thinking? The flip up visor thing is awesome.
Yeah.
They should have done that on the first one. That's like a game changer to me. It sounds simple, but it's hard to see, when you're trying to talk to someone and you've got these things on, you're like, hi, blah, 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 Now you can flip it up and just have a normal conversation, which is good. They kind of just passed by this really quickly, but that new Dynamics 365 Guides app is going to be interesting. That's the training app. And I think that's going to get a lot more companies thinking, okay, this does have some applicability for me. And it's not just, CAD applications or surgical applications. There's very mundane, practical things that you can do if you have a HoloLens.
And that's 3 different kind of ways to use it, all labeled this Dynamics 365.
Yeah.
You're going to have to explain what that is to me, but you mentioned the guides. That's, the example that they used was a complicated motor and showing you how you could fix it. There's the remote assist, which is that video conferencing with the kind of creepy avatars. And then there's 365 layout, which that's the kind of thing a theater designer might use, or an architect. They showed how it could be used if you have a plumbing problem, I guess, and how you could see where there's a conflict between the electrical and the plumbing. What is Dynamics 365? Is that another product?
Yeah, so this throws a lot of people off because Dynamics 365 is Microsoft's brand for ERP and CRM applications. And then last year, they started putting these mixed reality work-focused applications under that same brand. So that's when we first saw Remote Assist, which is this application when you're wearing the HoloLens that lets somebody, say you're repairing an elevator. You can talk remotely without having to look stuff up or call somebody and have them on the phone. You can just hear them tell you, okay, open panel 3, check this light. And you can be doing it and they are seeing what you see. They'll be like, no, not that button, the one to your left. So that's a really cool app. But because they put it under the Dynamics 365 brand, a lot of people are like, oh, wait, I don't need ERP or CRM.
Why do I need this? Yeah.
Right. The reason they put it under there is because ERP, CRM, that's Microsoft's business software brand. And you could make an argument this stuff is business software.
Yeah. And business software doesn't need the catchy naming that consumer products need. So I'm just going to assume that this is an appropriate name for it, although it doesn't roll off the tongue by any means.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But you know what? Businesses don't care.
They don't care. No, and they understand that brand as a business brand, an enterprise brand, even if they're not using ERP or CRM. I think this is exactly where HoloLens should be. A very brief tip of the hat to consumers with Tim Sweeney and Fortnite, and it couldn't have been more brief. Probably just to acknowledge, that's going to be in the future at some point too. But the sweet spot for Microsoft is business.
It is. So want me to go over the pricing because this is kind of interesting again.
Yeah.
So if you want to just buy a HoloLens headset by itself, the HoloLens 2, it's going to cost $3,500. And so for that, you get the commercial version, which means you get enterprise security, BitLocker stuff, you get the HoloLens for business stuff, you get a warranty, and you get Intune management. You get all that stuff built in for the $3,500. Right now for HoloLens 1, that same bundle costs you $5,000. So it's $1,500 cheaper, basically, than HoloLens 1.
And would that be everything you'd need to develop for HoloLens, or is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be everything you need, pretty much. But if you are more into the idea of, hey, you know what? I want to have a bunch of my workers try this out. Maybe not thousands, but maybe like 10 people. You might want to look at renting it. And so they have these 2 different subscription plans where if you take the subscription plan, you get the HoloLens 2 hardware. And then you get Dynamics 365 Remote Assist, that application I was just talking about where you can talk to someone remotely. And you can rent that for $125 per user per month, which is $1,500 a year. But you have to commit to 3 years. Or if you just want to commit to 1 year, you can do it for $325 per user per month, which is $3,900 a year per user. So, for some people, they'll be like, that makes more sense. I want to start doing some proof of concept stuff and testing it in the field. But other people who are pure developers who don't need remote assist, they may just say, I just want the hardware. That's it.
Can you do development with the rental version of it?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
So it's the same. Yep. It's the same kit.
Right.
Yeah, because you'd need, at least if you're going to do it in-house, you'd need somebody who can develop in-house apps for this. This is the canned apps. Right. I don't know what the canned apps look like, but I would imagine that they need to be customized for your particular applications.
I would think so. The reason they put Dynamics 365 Remote Assist in there is a lot of people would get the HoloLens and they'd be like, I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you'd have to go hire consultants and like pay a lot of money or like spend all this time wasting time. And now it's like, here, look at this. See what we did. Now you go do something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think this seems like a very compelling product. And at that price, not the purchase outright, but the rental price, I think makes it very accessible for almost any business that thinks it can have a use for this.
I agree.
Is there already a pretty brisk ecosystem of software and applications?
So not really. HoloLens 1, they had a few people build apps. There were some consumery apps. There were some more proof of concept apps. There are some business apps in there that they're selling through the Microsoft Store already for HoloLens 1. But I think after this generation comes out, you're going to see a lot more HoloLens 2 apps in the store.
And of course, the first generation of apps will be tools for helping you develop your own content.
Right. And also like CAD products and things like that.
Yes.
That kind of software.
How about the remote assist? Is that mature? Do we know? Is that available right now? It is.
It is. Yep. That's available now. So remote assist and layout are already available and they're already on HoloLens 1. You can buy those right now. They already work. People are using them in the field. They have a bunch of user case studies out there with people using those. Mostly car companies use that a lot and some manufacturing and retail operations use that too.
How about education? Is there a market for this in education?
Yeah, so that was interesting. They made a quick reference to that in their presentation today, just like, this would be really great in education. And I think there is education applicability for this, but it's expensive for school.
Yeah.
So it's more a business product, really.
Yeah. But I think well-positioned as a business product. I think this is, I can't think of any competitor that is even close. There are some, verticals, some purpose-built verticals already in this space. But I think Microsoft has a very compelling story to tell, and
I think it was smart. I think it was really smart. They decided everybody was like, "Oh, we want to see Minecraft with this, and we want to see games and this and that." Maybe they will do those someday, but their first audience is the business audience, and that's where they're going to make all their money.
Yeah. Mary Jo Foley, I'm sure you have more to write, and people can read what you're writing on ZDNet at allaboutmicrosoft.com. You can also follow her on Twitter. Both she and Paul Thurrott are already tweeting their articles. Paul was in the front row there, so I'm sure he'll have some impressions. I didn't get the sense that they had a demo room. There was a chance to go back and try.
I know. I hope it is, because he'll be able to talk about it on Windows Weekly Wednesday if he tries it.
That's where we'll be next. Windows Weekly, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, every Wednesday. And, of course, Mary Jo Foley and Paul Thurrott are the stars of the show. And I suspect this subject will be the #1 topic of the day next Wednesday. Thank you, Mary Jo Foley. I appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Leo.
And I thank you all for watching TWiT Live Special number 337, Microsoft's HoloLens 2 announcement. We've got a busy day today. I'll be doing the Tech Guy in about 45 minutes. And this afternoon, of course, This Week in Tech, we're going to probably start early, Karsten, because I don't know about you, but I'd like to see the Academy Awards.
Absolutely.
So we've got a great panel for you, and we'll be starting as quickly as we can right after the commencement of the Tech Guy, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on our TWiT Live special. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.